and welcome in live for the Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week between the Methacton Warriors and the Springford Rams. I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on the Sports Fan Base Network. And today's game is brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. And right now I'll bring in my color analyst and the owner of PhilaFieldHockey.com as we bring in Kathleen Simone. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast with me here today.
I am delighted to be here. Really excited about this game, our first game for Game of the Week for 2018. We had over 8,000 kids, fans, parents vote on our online poll for this game, which is definitely going to be a competitive match between two pack powerhouses.
As we get started here, and this is really a great matchup. We have the Springford Rams 2-1 with this game to get started because we, of course, were here last night and couldn't get it started because of the weather delay. Weather's not great.
And a shout out to SFBN. Things together last minute. So
let's take a look at the starting lineups as both teams kind of getting started here. Road green and trying to get Angelina Pinicati, a junior. Jessica Peskel, senior defender. Julie Henney, senior midfielder. Caitlin Christ, junior midfielder. Caroline Todd, senior defender. Della Guardia, junior keeper. And I believe, Kathleen, did we have one starting lineup change for Springford, or was this for Methacton's side?
That was for Springfield.
The starting lineup, a senior
No,
Nitty.
I'm sorry. She is not able to attend today. She is not in the...
As we get ready for the Methacton Warriors starting lineup, they are again in the road green. Senior forward, Frankie Lucchesi, senior midi. Katie Benton, senior midi. Jamie Weber, freshman forward. Liz Chapman, junior defender. Alexa Kratz, sophomore forward. Celia Long, freshman defender. And Molly Fry is the senior goalkeeper. Methacton's head coach is Sarah Quintos. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And head coach Jenny Anderson for the Springford Rams. And just getting going, both teams kind of feeling themselves out, maybe a little bit of a hangover from last night. And Kathleen, I'll ask you here, what is the effect that this takes on these players? They're ready to play Friday night. They have to wait till today, an unscheduled time. What did they do to prepare, you think, to get ready for today's game?
It's a great question. Trying to keep that motivation and that focus when you did have a big rain out. You know, it could be tough for high school girls, but these players from both of these programs are field hockey players through and through, and I bet there was no problem at all motivating them to come out strong after that rain out. I understand that Methacton did have some players, more than others even after that.
Well, that is a full day for a high school team. All right, let's get to the game action now as we're just under 4 minutes in, maybe about 3.5 minutes in here from Springford High School. We are actually across the street from the high school at the middle school, but this is, of course, where all the outdoor athletic events are played: soccer, field hockey, lacrosse, and, of course, football for the Springford Rams. So right now, the Springford Rams and the home white are in the attacking third, and we'll see if they can put something in past. Now both teams going back and forth as Methacton with the tackle and the takeaway. And they'll have a free hit here on the right side of the field. Methacton moving right to left, Springford left of Springford. Who are some of the key players here, Kathleen, that you really expect to step up and have an impact today on both sides?
Well, for Springford, we can look to Katie Christ. a key component of the program last year. Other see right here, Caroline Todd, Mary Pat McKenna are two, and for the Methacton team, definitely a powerhouse in the offensive end. They've outscored their opponents 11-1 this season in 2 games. That team's going to look to Gretchen Alderfer on the attacking end, who's leading the squad with 4 goals this season. Both teams, though, have had a lot of attacking players. For Methacton, they've had 7 contribute goals this season. And for Springford, we've got 9 players that have contributed either in goals or assists. So both teams are very deep.
And we expect, obviously, a huge rivalry here in the Pioneer Athletic Conference. A great conference for high school field hockey. As Methacton will have the free hit from the far side. That was Liz Chapman, the junior midi, who sends it all the way down. And chased down by the Springford back line. That was Ariana Magazzalo. And it will be Magazzalo to take the free hit. Turns it over middle of the field, and here come the Chapman. Trying to get a shot. Inside the shooting circle, and a save by the goalkeeper, and again, that one was knocked away, and Springford withstands the attack of Methacton. Good job by Ashley De La Guardia, the junior goalkeeper for Springford. But Springford not out of the woods yet by any means. In front of the cage, still inside the shooting circle. Here goes Methacton. And it looks like we're going to have our first corner of the game, and it's going to be the Methacton Warriors with an opportunity.
And it looks like Liz Chapman was the one that got that thing rolling. She has and continues to be an offensive threat for Methacton, and was a key component of their very successful program last year that went undefeated in pack play, 13-0 last year, and 20-1 overall.
That last Methacton slap shot was by Rachel Alderfer, and went a little bit to the right of the keeper, De La Guardia, and now Springford will look to clear. But Methacton still putting the pressure on now around midfield. This is Katie Benton, one of the senior captains for this Methacton team. And now it's Elena Snodgrass. Grace Hurst, senior forward, trying to battle and gain control. Whistle against Springford, made some contact with the foot, and we'll have a free kick here for the Warriors of Methacton in the road green.
Both teams return about 6 or 7 starters from last year, so definitely poised. You can see that already even early in the season. It doesn't look like it's an early season game.
Yeah, we expect both of these teams certainly to be in the conversation on your website, philafieldhockey.com, all year long. And we start things off here with our game of the week with 2 very solid programs.
The game of the week started about 2 years ago, and it was 2 years ago. This is our 3rd season doing it. We had nearly 8,000 votes for this week's game of the week. So huge turnout. The fans, the parents, the players all get excited, and we're thrilled to be working with SFBN to bring you these live streams as well as full game coverage in the as an article with some terrific photos that will follow tomorrow.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Last year we had a role with the game of the week where we provided some highlights, and this year we're kind of doing what we love to do at SFBN, live stream the games, and we're bringing it to you live right here on our Facebook page. So thank you for tuning in on a very busy Saturday in this area, especially high school football wise. A lot of games canceled. Scheduled for this Saturday. So we'll have a free hit over on the far side from Methacton.
seems as though Methacton is controlling the ball inside their offensive 40, but maybe making one, maybe two passes before Springford's strong defense steps up and changes the direction of the ball. So it'll be interesting if they can connect past one or two passes to really get back in the circle.
And a turnover right there. Springford looking to charge. Now it's a race to it. Turning on the Jets is Springford's number 24. By Molly Fry, but how about the sophomore forward McKenna Maloney showing some speed?
Impressive. Really strong push through in the attack, maybe even changing the tempo of this game, and we'll see what Springford does to capitalize on that.
It's now a battle for it here on the near side. Whistle blows, and it looks like we might, no, it's going to be a free hit, not a corner. Now it is. Was that a changed call there, Kathleen? Because I thought at first it was going to be a corner.
Not.
Nonetheless, it's going to be a corner here for Springford, and it looks like it's going to be Caitlin Christ, or perhaps Caroline Todd. Hard to see from here in the press box.
So that was what I found out.
The job, here's a slapper.
Oh!
Wow, great play by the defense because that got initially past the keeper. Number 24, Rachel Alderfer, basically coming up with the save right there.
Yeah, I would say that is a defensive save. She definitely kept that ball from crossing the goal line.
Springford on the attack, getting into the shooting circle. And it'll be a free hit here just outside the shooting circle for Springford's number 32, Caitlin Christ. Now trying to dribble around, and good job by Methacton to knock it away. And we'll trickle out. It'll be a free hit for the Springford Rams, and number 27, Olivia Wilson. Sends it back to Magazzalo. She's going to try a quick shot. Stop near in the front, and the whistle's going to go the other way against the Springford Rams, and now Methacton will look to clear.
Good transition from Methacton. That, I'm sorry, yep, looks like they did come up with the ball on that after all. Stick-to-stick passing obviously is the best route for success in a game, but sometimes that big hit, just trying to change direction of the field and gain some yards is a way to go.
Now Springford taking it back, sending it here near side. Looking to chase it down is Olivia Wilson. Good job on the back line. That was Liz Chapman coming up with a stop for Methacton. No score here in the early going. 17 and a half minutes remaining here in half number one. Live from Springford High School here in Royersford.
Been really impressed with Springford's midfield line. They are definitely shutting down Methacton's attack. And Methacton's defense has been impressive as well. Springford has applied quite a bit of pressure in the last 3 minutes and not really come up with many shots, or any shots.
Well, they had one, maybe a couple opportunities. Methacton is the one that really came up with a good attack opportunity, and now here's going to be a free hit for the Warriors. Good rivalry here between Methacton and Springford. Springford here in Royersford, and then just go up 422 East a little bit, and you'll go to the Collegeville area where Methacton is located. And now moving in are the Warriors. And that goes a little bit wide, probably an attempted pass there by Katie Benton, number 9, for Methacton, and it will be a free hit for the Springford Rams.
Katie Benton is a St. Joe's commit. She is a senior this year, and St. Joe's just actually moved up in the national rankings to number 15. I can see her being a contributing player right from the start. She's confident, she's strong, and she's very savvy.
Methacton trying to, they're going to have a good look here, knocked down. Keeper comes out and it trickles in. It's a goal for Methacton. I'm not sure who actually knocked it in. It could have been off a Springford Ram, but nonetheless, Methacton off to a good start with a 1-0 lead.
Looks like the goalkeeper was scrambling a little bit. There was quite a bit of movement in front of the goal by Methacton. They kept their girls moving. No one was standing. No one was planning. And it made the defense work that much harder and enabled Methacton to plant that one in the net.
So now Springford, the home squad, going to have to recover from giving up goal number 1. And now we'll see if the Rams can indeed respond.
Right now, obviously, these high school girls are focused 100% on their high school teams, and they love their programs. But it is noteworthy that 4 players from Methacton are committed to Division I programs. As I said, Katie Benton to St. Joe's, 2 girls heading to Temple Alcon, and Liz Chipman will be heading over to Drexel. She is a junior, so she's got 2 years at the program here. Springford is very deep in talent as well, and they've got 1 player heading to a Division I program who's made a commit already, number 32, Caitlin Christ. She'll be heading to Penn State. Beautiful weather, don't you think, Ari? A vast difference from last night.
Not bad.
A little overcast, but nice and cool for the girls, and it's got to be difficult for all the teams competing these last few weeks in this sweltering heat. You know, it's interesting working on philafieldhockey.com. I cover 110 high schools and 20 colleges, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Watching a game is very different from my perspective because I want both teams to win, and obviously that's not the case.
Well, we just want a good field hockey game right here, that's for sure. And it's been a pretty competitive game so far, fairly even. Both teams have had their chances inside the shooting circle to put one past the keeper, Methacton, the only one successful so far. Alongside Kathleen Simone here at philafieldhockey.com, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon.
Happy to be here, loving being here. As I said, this is the first of 10 Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week. The poll for the next game of the week will either come out later this evening or tomorrow, fine-tuning which teams of the 4 for Philadelphia area will be in that, and fans will have an opportunity to vote on Twitter, Facebook at PhilaFH, and at philafieldhockey.com.
A lot of different ways you can vote, and I know for me, I'm checking out the Twitter poll, but that's not all the results. Got to go to philafieldhockey.com to see what's going on and all the different various ways you can vote. So the fans here who made it out for this makeup game, essentially, not liking that last call against the home Springford Rams.
Not surprisingly, a huge turnout, I think, for a high school afternoon or high school field hockey game in the afternoon.
Especially
fans are pretty well packed.
Yeah, especially when it was not originally scheduled for this time.
Exactly.
Springford keeps it in. Methacton takes it right away. This is number 6, Frankie Lucchesi. Good tackle by Springford. Here they come the other way. Good job by the Methacton midfield. Angelina Pinicati, number 1. Pass into the middle there by Lexi Quij. Oh, and a good stop and a shot and a goal.
Oh, wow. From the top of the circle, no less. That was a bullet coming from number 9, right?
That's Alexa Collins.
Was that?
No, check that. I'm sorry. That's Katie Benton. I'm reading number 9 from the wrong roster. Yeah, that is Katie Benton. That was a rifle of a shot.
And I feel like it really caught the Springford goalkeeper off guard. A lot of times you see a lot of scrambling inside of the circle, and that shot may have been a little unexpected, and it was very well placed. That puts Methacton ahead 2-0 over Springford. Timeout I'm guessing for the Springford Rams.
And we want to remind you that the video stream today is brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Based right outside of Philadelphia, Payroll Service Solutions is a huge supporter of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll and benefits company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY. And alongside Kathleen Simone, I'm Ari Bluestein. 2-0 Methacton, Springford. In need to talk things over. What do you think head coach Jenny Anderson is talking to her team about right now to put one up on the board and get back into this game?
Make connections. It seems as though Springford is doing a nice job getting that initial stop, shutting down Methacton. But then after one pass, the ball transitions right back to Methacton. They need to connect some passes. They've had some great breakaways, 2 or 3 with some that really show some players' wheels, but they need to string some passes together and get a little bit more consistent.
Both teams coming back onto the field.
I still think this is anyone's game. I mean, obviously, it's only 2-0. It's competitively, it's a good match. We'll have to see if that timeout with Coach Jenny Anderson makes a difference. I always love to see a team come out after a timeout and just turn it on. So it'll be nice to see.
Right now, Methacton with it. Now Springford trying to take it away, be a little more aggressive.
All right. If right now we got the ball rolling into the 20-yard line. Let's see what happens right here. If Springford can make it happen, get another shot on goal.
I believe, and let's see what the call. It will be a free hit, I believe, for the Rams of Springford.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be right at around the 25-yard line. Ooh, and that one will trickle out, and the ball got under the stick of Alexa Collins of Springford. And now a lift pass to clear it. Up ahead to Jamie Weber, the freshman forward, but Springford taking it right away. And that will trickle out off of Methacton's number 29, Celia Long.
I thought that Springford would be able to transition and get rolling before Methacton had a chance to set up there. Early in the season, you often see teams a little, not quite in their perfect game condition, so they're not able to take advantage of numbers up opportunities. And I've seen that on both ends.
Hey, by the way, good job right there by Molly Fry to kick that out of there on that shot attempt going to the near post by Springford, as we are now under 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Methacton with goals at the 15:54 and 11:45 marks to take this 2-0 lead, and Springford still looking for their first goal. Methacton with the tackle and takeaway, trying to fight through the defenders. And a good job by the Rams, at least for the moment.
Excellent double team on that. Definitely able to really execute that beautifully, and that's a difficult skill. And the Rams executed that beautifully. Unfortunately, weren't able to turn the ball in their favor. If you're watching this game and you're wondering a little bit about the rules and you have a question, Phila Field Hockey, actually, I'm really pleased to announce a new feature. I actually I'm working with Chris Maloney, who is a renowned field hockey rules expert, and he is ready for you to send him an email if you have any questions, and you can send it to rulesphilafh@gmail.com. You can ask a specific question about a field hockey rule in this game or any game, and he'll be happy to respond to you. So I think that's a great service for our fans.
Certainly is, and Kathleen, you continue to do great things for field hockey in this area, not only high school but college as well. And you do a great job.
Thank you. Ooh.
Good block right there, but still Methacton's number 9, Katie Benton, showing a lot of aggression, trying to keep this one alive, get inside that shooting circle. Now the pass back to Alexa Kratz. Kratz into the circle. Ball trickles past the Springford defenders. And I believe this will be a free hit for Methacton. It'll be right outside the shooting circle. Right at the 25-yard line.
Missed opportunity. I thought that ball was going to be called dangerous into the Springford player. May have been a held whistle. Let's see if Springford can make it happen here.
Yeah, you would think that, if you're head coach Jenny Anderson and the Springford Rams, you want to get at least on the scoreboard before the end of the half. Make it a 2-1 game. At least cut the deficit in half. That certainly would be a goal. Obviously, you would like more, but certainly getting a goal, getting some momentum going into halftime would be ideal for the Rams.
Exactly, and they've got a little over 7 minutes to do that, so I think that's very achievable. Let's see what's happening here.
That's a good lead pass, but maybe a little bit too far for, I believe that was Alexa Collins trying to chase it down. And Methacton will look to clear. Here come the Warriors up the near side. Frankie Lucchesi.
This season alone, Methacton has only allowed 1 goal in 2 games, so that's 0.5. That's pretty impressive.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. And Springford's done a fine job as well. They've allowed 1 goal per game, or 3 in total. They lost 1 of their 3 games in overtime in a very heated competitive match against Downingtown East.
Another very good field hockey program out of the Chestmont League. Now Springford trying to get in the shooting circle. An opening for a moment.
Whoa.
Going in. Shot on goal. And is that going to be a corner here? Corner for Springford on a good aggressive move by the Rams. Another good opportunity to try and get on the board for the Rams.
Wow, I felt like the sea was parted. Seems like that player, I'm sorry I didn't see her. Can you tell her number? Was just weaved her way right through that beautifully.
Yeah, it could have been McKenna Maloney or Laura Constantine. I'm not sure. I had a 2 at the front of the number. Slap shot. Look out. Good save by Molly Fry. And it's going to go the other way here. And Methacton will have the free hit. So Springford unable to take advantage of that corner.
Both of these coaches are seasoned coaches. Jenny Anderson she's in her 8th season heading up the Springford program, and Sarah Quintos is in her 6th season. Interesting to note that Sarah's mother, Marianne Harris, is an assistant coach. Marianne is definitely a Philadelphia area icon, played on the U.S. national team, and brings a wealth of information to the program every single day, 5 days a week. 6 days a week if they're playing on Saturday. So it's terrific that mother-daughter team really tags up to help the Methacton program.
And right now, Springford trying to get towards the shooting circle, and I believe this might be it's going to be a free hit. Mm-hmm. I thought we were going to have a corner, but Springford is going to take it right at the shooting circle.
Now, the player must move the ball 5 yards on a free position going in, or she can also tap the ball or hit the ball to a teammate who can then hit a direct ball in. And it looks like, I don't know, both teams are just digging deep, and I think wanting to make a difference in the last 4 minutes of this half.
And, of course, Methacton looking to add to their lead. But Springford going down 3-0 at the half would be tough to come back from, especially against the team who's only given up 1 goal so far this year in the first 2 games. Springford with the takeaway. They've got some numbers if they hurry, but good defense by the back line of Methacton. I believe that was Rachel Aldifer on the stop for the Warriors.
And beautiful defensive play by Abby Boyer from Springford.
I didn't see the last call, but it resulted in a free hit from Methacton. And now moving forward again for Springford is McKenna Maloney. We've seen her turn on the Jets a couple of times. Now the Rams got right to the 25-yard line, but couldn't get anywhere past that. Under 3 minutes to play now here in half number 1. Live from Royersford, PA. Alongside Kathleen Simone of Phila Field Hockey, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on Facebook Live on the home of the Sports Fanbase Network.
Now tonight, the score of this game, as well as all the high school games, will post on philafieldhockey.com, and so check that out every single night that the teams are in action. 6 days a week for high school, 6 or 7 days a week for college. So we're going to provide stats, highlights, and scores, of course. Last night there were 56 teams in action, and it's kind of your clearinghouse to go and find out who's doing what.
All good stuff there. philafieldhockey.com doing its thing. Now with 2 minutes to play, whistle goes against the Warriors. Free hit for Springford. Maybe one last chance here, Kathleen, for the Rams to push and get inside that shooting circle and make something happen, as that hit all the way down. And it will be a hit for the Warriors.
See a little fatigue setting in for both. I don't think there's been too much substitution this first half, and early in the season it can be a long 30 minutes for a high school team to keep rolling. But let's see what Springford can do. They've had ample opportunity and just haven't capitalized.
And that pass by Springford's number 32, Caitlin Christ, trickles all the way through and out of bounds on the far side. So we approach the 1 minute mark here in half number 1. Methacton trying to hold on to their 2-0 lead here in Royersford at the home of Springford High School. That's lifted up. Dangerous pass there, so it's a free hit going back to Springford. Trying to push quickly. Time running out here in the first half. Whistle blows, it'll be a free hit. Good defensive play by Methacton there to get in that passing lane. Moving with it is Frankie Lucchesi. Good takeaway. 30 seconds remain. Out of bounds off of Springford. It'll go to Methacton.
Again, Abby Boyer, a substitute sophomore midfielder, coming up with a key play to keep that ball in Springford's possession. Let's see what she's going to make happen right here. Number 24 again, setting things up. McKenna Maloney.
Yeah, and it looks like time is going to run out here. Maloney's going to try and quickly hit it in towards the shooting circle, and that'll do it. So at the end of one half here in Royersford, it's Methacton, the road team, with a 2-0 advantage over the Springford Rams. We're going to take a timeout here on the Sports Fanbase Network. When we come back, we will get you set for half number 2 live from Royersford. Welcome back live from Royersford, PA at Springford High School. It's the Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network. The live video stream of the Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week is brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Based right outside Philadelphia, Payroll Service Solutions is a huge supporter of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll and benefits company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY. Alongside Kathleen Simone of PhilaFieldHockey.com, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon. And Kathleen, your first half analysis along with what maybe you need to see from Springford especially to get back into this game and scratch the scoreboard a little bit.
Finish. You got some nice connecting passes. 1, 2, 3 combinations, put the ball, get it fired up, get it on goal, get your girls tapping it. I think that's all it's going to take. Both teams are playing well. I think Methacton has just frankly done a better job of finishing what they started. It's not as though Springford hasn't had time in the circle. They need to finish.
Again, Methacton in the road green, Springford in the home white. Good game here in the Pioneer Athletic Conference.
Always a highly competitive conference in the Philadelphia area, comprised of 110 high schools. You can always count on the PAC programs advancing through districts and often into the state tournament. This year it'll be interesting because, as with every sport, seasons bring changes. Key players graduates, other players step up, and it'll be really interesting to follow this league and see who goes the furthest. I'm not going to make any predictions right now, but I do feel like Springford and Methacton are definitely, in the running to be there at the top of the pack.
So now we've reversed field where Springford is moving right to left and Methacton in the green is moving left to right. And the Warriors looking to maintain the lead. Head coach Sarah Quintos has to be very happy with the team's performance, and especially that second goal. That was an absolute rifle from Katie Benton, who really has stood out today in today's game.
She's controlling the midfield well, strong in the defensive end, and definitely a force in the attacking end. And as I mentioned before, giving that goalkeeper a surprise, firing that ball off. I'd love to see Springford certainly be meticulous inside the circle, but just fire away and see you can get a stick on it when you're down there. Let's see what they can do on this corner.
Yeah, corner here for Springford here in the opening 2 minutes. They showed some good aggression getting into the shooting circle. Now they've created an opportunity. Top of the circle it goes, and they're unable to handle it.
Oh.
Now back in, reverse shot, trickles in.
Whoa!
It is on the board. Wow.
Outstanding reverse hit. I believe that was number 19, Julie Hine. Kind of hard to tell from the distance where we are in the box. Or if anyone got a tip on it. What do you think, Ari?
I wasn't sure who tipped it, but I'll tell you what, it was a good recovery because at first it was not really successful because the player at the top of the circle was unable to stop the pass from the corner, and then they were able to put it back in, and it was a great reversal shot at the 27:45 mark. And Kathleen, we've got ourselves a game now.
Absolutely. And I never for a moment, didn't count Springford in this game. Both teams are strong and playing with heart. I do feel like Springford's maybe coming back, coming out in the half with ready to roll, even stronger. And I do apologize for not being able to attribute that goal to a specific player, but you know what? It was a team effort. And teams win games. It's less about who puts that ball in and more about how that team does it together.
Absolutely. Totally agree. That was certainly a really nice team play, and that's gotten Springford right back in it. And I'm sure you're going to do some investigating after the game and include that in your game article on PhilaFieldHockey.com. But right now, all that matters is the score, 2-1, and only the second goal that Methacton has given up this year, only gave up one in their first 2 games. Springford has given up 3 in 3 games. So this is the most goals that Springford has ever given up.
That's true.
And Methacton, this matches their season high. Of course, we're very early here in this high school Phila field hockey, high school field hockey season here in the Philadelphia area.
Absolutely. And the high school players will continue to play in District 1, and also we have some teams in District 12 from the PCL and Philadelphia Public League, and then it culminates into the state tournament. I'm very confident that we will have teams fighting all the way till the end in the state tournament at both or all of the single A, double A, and triple A programs. So it's exciting. It's exciting to see. I've been looking forward to the fall season since it ended last year.
Oh, and here we are. We're back. Okay, so the goal officially scored by Springford's number 32, Caitlin Christ, getting credit with the goal. Thank you to our people here at Springford in the press box, and our cameraman Jack Cap doubling as a spotter here today. So that completes our crew. We'll give a shout out to Jack Cap, who was on the camera, a long time employee and volunteer for SFBN. He loves high school sports, just like everybody does watching here on Facebook Live.
And no surprise that Chris was the goal scorer there. She leads the Rams with 3 goals this season and 2 assists. As I mentioned earlier, she's headed to Happy Valley in 2 years. She's a junior this year and has definitely helping to control the midfield and give that offensive punch that the Rams needed.
Well, you saw that Springford right out of the gate here in the second half was a lot more aggressive. They created that corner by being aggressive, getting into the shooting circle, and then, of course, a phenomenal goal off a tip of a reverse shot near the top of the circle. So now Springford continuing to put pressure on. And again, it's McKenna Maloney right in the midst of everything, and they're going to have a free hit here just outside the circle.
I love that tempo. They did not wait for Methacton to set. They kept rolling. The whole change in field hockey over the years with the self-start just keeps the game moving faster, more offensive opportunities, and it looks like that's one change that Springford has made. Missed opportunity.
That was a great centering pass, but nobody was home. Still inside the shooting circle, and a player goes down for Springford, and it's going to be in Methacton's favor, and they will clear to the midfield.
Okay, big ball hit up by Methacton, but no one there to answer. So have been seeing a little bit more stick-to-stick passing, so that was kind of unusual. Maybe it was a little panic with Springford coming on so strong that Methacton just wanted to flush the ball up.
So now Methacton showing a little more aggression, but they get the whistle, a little too much contact, and it'll go back the other way. Springford's number 14, Shannon Kennedy, a junior midi with it, and she carries it across the midfield. Now over to Alexa Collins. Collins racing into the circle, being chased. She has it, tries to pass it back, but clearing it out of bounds here on the near side is Methacton's junior defender, Liz Chapman.
Collins is a freshman. As a first-year player, she's already contributed 2 goals for the Springford team. So bright future there, and is definitely showing her stuff this game.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. She's really been all over the field today. Certainly good for the freshman, and a sophomore in McKenna Maloney. So there are a good amount of seniors on this Springford team, but still a lot of players coming back next year.
Let's see what Methacton can do. I'm anxious to see some more of their signature stick-to-stick passing.
So now Springford moving it into the midfield, but stopped right there by Alexa Kratz of Methacton.
Ari, I think both teams have turned it up a notch. I'm seeing a faster-paced game, maybe a little bit more taking risks rather than being a little bit too safe.
Yeah, and here comes Methacton, a slap shot and a save, still in front. And now we have a whistle, but a really nice save from Ashley DeLaGuardia, the junior keeper for Springford. But there will be now a corner for the Methacton Warriors. It'll be Frankie Lucchese to take it, the senior midi.
I like the way that Methacton gets close on goal and fires away, not looking for that perfect picture perfect shot, but getting it fired on goal, looking for the rebounds off the goalkeeper. And in this opportunity, created a corner out of that aggressive play.
And here's a slap shot and knocked away. Great job yet again by De La Guardia in the cage for Springford, and it will be a free hit for Methacton, but at least for now, great job by Springford to keep it out of the back of the net.
Absolutely. A nice goalkeeping. That ball was probably hard to track. It was elevated. It looks like she could have been blindsided a little bit with some defense there, but she was able to follow it right in, and make the save.
Free hit yet again for the Warriors. Katie Benton, who already has 1 goal today. And we're going to get another corner. I missed the call, but it's going to be another corner for Methacton, and it again will be Lucchese.
I think both teams have done a fairly good job of limiting fouls inside the circle. We've seen not as many corners as you typically do. So we've got some astute, skilled players that are defending well on both ends.
Just awaiting the official signal here. And Methacton will be ready to take a corner and try and put their lead back to 2 goals, which is what it was at halftime. Top of the circle, pass over left. Good move, reverse shot. And it goes a little wide, but nicely done by Methacton's Rachel Aldefer, number 24, on a good shot by her.
That was terrific. She had a pass coming off of that corner insert, did a nice spin, blocked her defender out, and fired away.
Now Springford will look to clear. Whistle against the Warriors. Free hit for the Rams. Springford Rams, they're the home team there in white. Methacton, the Warriors in the road green. Here comes Methacton into the circle. Good pass here near side. Pass across the front of the keeper. Where's the ball? It's still not in. Clutter in front, and there it goes into the goal. Did not see who scored it, but Methacton back up by 2, 3-1.
And you know what? They earned that goal. They had a beautiful pass inside the circle with tight defense. It looks like there were a rebound or 2 that they worked it and they persisted. I thought that was a great team effort again. And Methacton, historically, they're known as being a tenacious, give it your all, not give it up kind of team. And I think you're seeing that, especially in the circle. They're getting that first shot off quickly, and they've got players following until they actually put it away.
So now Springford, who had a great start to this second half, now back down by 2 goals. And they've now given up as many goals as they have all year long in the first 3 games. This is Elena Snodgrass, who had it taken away.
Nice defense.
Good job, at least for the moment, by Alexa Collins. And a deflection there. Methacton continuing to put the pressure on. That goes in front of the goal. Now a reverse shot. And a goal again for Methacton. And again, it's Katie Benton, her second goal of the game.
Well done. And number 3, Gabrielle Ward for Springford. She was right in there fighting off that strong attack, but just not able to, the defensive unit, to ward that goal off. Kind of expected maybe a timeout to kind of shut down the momentum that the Warriors have, but we will see if Springford can just turn it into fourth gear right on their own without that timeout.
Yeah, they're going to need to try and be a little more aggressive here, and right now they're showing that. We'll see if they can answer quickly. Still plenty of time, 18 and a half minutes to play here in this matchup between 2 Pioneer Athletic Conference rivals in the Springford Rams and the Methacton Warriors. This is Angelina Pinciotti. Now far side, Springford still with it, right outside the 25. Now whistle against the Rams, so it'll go back to Methacton.
Methacton graduated some serious sticks from last year. Gretchen Aldifer, who's a first-team All-PAC and a second-team All-State player, graduated, along with Julia Dickinson. Olivia Hoover, who's now at Harvard, she was a first-team All-PAC and a first-team All-State selection. And, of course, Emily Owens, who was the Mercury All-Area Player of the Year. She's now at Drexel. And Jillian Kratz as well. So they definitely lost some big guns, but they've just been able to add players that maybe were substituting last year that are key contributors to the program this year.
Obviously a great year last year for the Warriors, and already off to a 2-0 start, trying to make it 3-0, but Springford certainly not going to give up easily and lay down to their conference rivals. And it'll be a free hit for the Rams. Trying to move forward towards the shooting circle. Good D by Methacton. Whistle goes against the Warriors.
Some good offensive push by Springford. Looking to make a difference, get that ball in there.
Now a battle for it on the far side. Good job by Katie Benton of Methacton to at least clear it out of harm's way for now. Methacton's number 35, Madison No. Now in the game. Oh, and it's going to be a free hit for Methacton. Here they come the other way. Springford's got to keep this margin at 3. They do not want to see it go to 4, especially a team like Methacton who does not give up a lot of goals. Good takeaway right there. Ariana Magazzalo of Springford, but Methacton right back. This is Snodgrass. Good defense by Springford and a clear to the midfield by Caitlin Christ.
And Springford is definitely packing in the defense. They've got a lot of their players, including their forwards, that are down in the defensive 25. So if and when they get that ball out, there's not many people to feed it to, but I feel like they really need to pack in defensively to ward off the Warriors.
15 minutes to play now, and the score was 2-0 at the half in favor of Methacton. Springford with a quick goal just a little over 2 minutes into the second half by Christ, but then Methacton with 2 quick goals back-to-back, basically within a minute of each other. Just about 5 minutes ago to make it a 4-1 game. Game of the week alongside Kathleen Simone. I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on Facebook Live at the home of the Sports Fan Base Network. And today's video broadcast is brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Go to payroll-solution.com or call them at 215-624-0922 for more information.
You know, Ari, you talked about Methacton scoring 2 goals in about a minute's time. And that, that's a little bit of a mental lapse. The defense has got to stay strong. They've got to realize that 1 goal was put in and they got to stay with it. And I feel like, self-defeating it's tough when you're thinking, what we've got to do instead of just almost executing, maybe overthinking a little bit the defense.
Now Methacton looking to clear here to the midfield. Springford, you would think maybe want to get at least 1 goal here within the next 3 minutes, and this is a good opportunity right here. And they will have an opportunity right now.
Okay, I think
free hit.
That's the girl you want with the ball right in there, Caitlin Christ. Really, I think setting the tempo for the Springford team to get that ball down on the offensive end, drawing that foul. I believe that's her 3rd time this game that she's drawn the foul, leading to a corner. Let's see if they can make it happen.
So here we go. Springford an opportunity here on the corner. Top of the circle it goes. Good move right there by Christ. Around 2 defenders. Can't get through. Whistle against Methacton. Will do it all again from the end line.
I feel like Methacton got out quickly on that defensive corner. I'm anxious to watch it again. I think they know who that ball's going to. And perhaps Springford will mix it up a little bit and catch them off guard.
Good pass. Christ has it. This time just decides to shoot it.
Oh!
And the slap shot goes in.
Love it. Again, I mean, that was what I've been looking for Springford, to really just fire away. And what a beautiful shot and goal by Springford's Caitlin Christ. Her second today, yes?
Yes, it is. She has
by her teammate as well. I think it was the defense. It was hard for them to stop that one. It was well placed and a hard hit, and hard for the defense to even get out that quickly.
Springford did get to within 1 early on here in the second half on the first goal by Caitlin Christ. And now Springford has to try and at least hold Methacton at 4 and hope to get within 1, maybe within the next few minutes or so, to give themselves a shot to tie this one.
Last year when the two teams met up, Methacton actually shut out Springford in both games, 3-0 and 2-0. So Springford's got to be feeling pretty good that they got 2 on the board, but I don't think they're going to settle. I think they're going to keep fighting, and we'll see what Methacton can do to keep them off of the board and get another goal for even a second assurance goal. Or a third, I guess that would be.
Right. Caroline Todd took the free hit. Now Caitlin Christ at the midfield. Over to Shannon Kennedy. Kennedy moving forward. Trying to get by the D. She does. Whistle blows. I believe the call is going to go against Methacton, and we have a timeout on the field. I think Springford is the one who called it. So, just under 11 minutes remaining here in the second half, and Methacton with a 2-goal lead, 4-2. And a reminder that the live video stream of the Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week is brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Based right outside Philadelphia, Payroll Service Solutions is a huge supporter of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll and benefits company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY. Alongside Kathleen Simone of Phila Field Hockey, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon, live from Royersford, for the Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week. And, Kathleen, this, I think, so far has been worthy of the Game of the Week. Some really good goals, really good play, very competitive for our first Game of the Week here in fall 2018.
Agreed. I mean, definitely the score is doubled up 2-4 or 4-2, but I feel like it's competitive. Both teams, have been in this game the whole time. I'm not I'm not thinking that the Rams can't come back, and I'm not thinking I'm thinking that Methacton can come on strong and score another one. But regardless, it's been pretty good, even possession time, with Springford at times possessing for 3 minutes at a time, and then on the flip side, you see Methacton controlling it for stretches of time. I'm really excited to have this game for our first game of the week, and looking forward to the 9 more games of the week this season. As we mentioned earlier, there'll be a write-up on the story tomorrow, as well as some photos in the form of a Facebook photo album that'll post in about 2 or 3 days. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. Springford setting it up.
And out of the timeout, we'll see what Springford could do. Methacton, good job to clear it. And again, it's Liz Chapman who's done a great job on the back line, the junior for the Methacton Warriors. So now spring forward, and of course Caitlin Christ in control, trying to take on every green jersey, and now the pass in Methacton. Huge opportunity for the Rams here to get back within one.
I think it's really essential that they capitalize on this opportunity, and that's no easy feat against a very strong defensive four in the goal, including goalkeeper Molly, I believe it's Molly Frey. No easy situation, but we'll see what happens, and my guess is they're going to look to feed the ball to Christ again.
And I think Methacton was a little bit quick there, out of the goal. We'll do it all again. It goes to Christ. Good pass. There's an opening for a moment, a little bit too far for Angelina Pinciotti, and it will go out of bounds, so an opportunity squandered by the Springford Rams. Now Springford continuing to be aggressive. As our clock ticks down under 9 minutes. Now Springford still putting the pressure on their far side. Methacton trying to clear.
Methacton's Alexa Kratz has done a terrific job in breaking down Springford's attack. That was just a key example of that last play.
Now Methacton the other way. Check that. Good pass into the shooting circle, but the clear by Springford. Now towards the midfield.
I'm a stat person, so I'm very anxious to see the stats after this game. It's a little hard to tabulate as the game goes on, but it seems to me that the corners have been in favor of Springford, and I'm not sure about the shots on goal, probably pretty evenly matched, but certainly Methacton has capitalized an opportunity. And speaking of stats, beginning this Tuesday, Phila Field Hockey will again post the top 10 stat leaders in 9 statistical columns. And those are the leaders among 110 high schools in everything from goals per game to defensive saves per game and goalkeeper save percentage, just to name a few.
That's a lot of work there by you.
Well, I tip my hat to the coaches. All the coaches in the Philadelphia area make me look good because they are really excellent at communicating and sharing information so that I can pass that on to the field hockey fans. Field Hockey also posts stat leaders for colleges among those 20 colleges every Monday morning.
And a swing and a miss there by Methacton's Rachel Aldifer.
Oh.
Now we have a stoppage. Is this a card?
Yes, it is. First card of the game, green card to number 24, Rachel Aldifer. Danger, I would assume. Dangerous hit. Our Philadelphia area officials are just fantastic as well. I have to give them a shout out. Every single time I watch a game, I'm always so impressed with how they manage the game and keep the flow going. We're very blessed in this area, not only have great players, but also great umpires.
No, hold on.
Now we're working on resetting the clock. The clock was still going after the card. Now we're all set. And here we go. Back to action here, and still time left for the Rams, and looks like Chris got hit a little bit, and she seems to be okay. And now Methacton and Elena Snodgrass taking it forward. This is Katie Benton, who has 2 goals today. Benton trying to pass it inside, knocked down. Now it goes in front, kicked away by the keeper, De La Guardia. Methacton still in control. Warriors up 2, still playing aggressive though, looking to add on to their lead. Battle far side, whistle against Methacton, free hit for the Springford Rams. Now carrying it up far side is Springford. Again, the Rams in the home white, the Methacton Warriors in the road green. Warriors have not trailed in this game. First goal was scored at the 15:54 mark of the first half on a scramble in front. Katie Benton put it home at the 11:45 mark for the Warriors to take a 2-0 lead. Then right out of the gate, it was Caitlin Christ with a goal to make it 2-1. 2 straight by Methacton within a minute of each other, and here's a quick hit, and it goes wide.
Methacton's also really displaying some great stick work that's enabling them to make the difference in this game. You know, I talked a little bit about the coaches of Philly area hockey, and I also want to give a shout out for our Coach of the Week. Each week, I honor a Philly area college or high school coach that's made a difference in their programs and with their players. So check that out, as well as a Student Athlete of the Week and Philly Fab 5 attackers, defenders, and teams, honoring 5 teams each week from our area college and high school programs.
Methacton still putting the pressure on here inside the 25, right outside the shooting circle. Good pass in front, deflected.
Well executed.
Yeah, that was number 6, Frankie Lucchese, on the pass. And now we're going to have a corner for Methacton, and they already have the 2-goal lead, and maybe a goal here off this corner might seal it for the Warriors. Methacton 2-0, Springford 2-1. Of course, Methacton with that amazing undefeated regular season last year. Slow roller. Good hustle by Springford and number 7, Ariana Mangazalo.
She flew out there quickly and broke that corner down well.
Oh, great pass. Look out. Maloney, who we've seen has some serious speed, now trying to get back to the center. Great reversal right there. Oh, and the pass knocked down. Good play by Methacton. Maloney could not quite get enough speed on that. Christ comes at. Yeah, Christ has it now. She's moving in. Surrounded by green jerseys, and it will be a whistle against Methacton. Christ hurrying up to set up this free hit.
Corner again.
Oh, it will be a corner here for Springford. So, clock still rolling. Just about 2.5 remaining.
Plenty of time in the game of field hockey. We'll see what can happen here. But again, Christ forcing that corner, creating opportunity for her team.
Here we go. Christ has it. Quick slapper. Knocked away. It was deflected by Liz Chapman. Now knocked away by Lucchese. And it will be a free hit for Springford, who is now running out of time. 2 minutes left. They're going to have to score very quickly here to get to within 1. That went all the way across and went out of bounds over the end line on that hit by Caitlin Christ. And now Methacton, they're going to have a free hit, and just might not be enough time for Springford to get back and tie this one.
My guess is that Springford, after this game, if it doesn't work out, and they're going to be counting the days until they can play Methacton again. Competitive match between two teams that are talented and I think ready to roll and make their difference in the pack.
Caroline Todd trying to get it down quickly, trying to move it forward. Just over a minute remaining. And now Methacton in control. Liz Chapman, who's had a great game, carries it forward towards the circle. Far side, reverse shot, and it's a little bit short on that far post. Under a minute now.
Yeah, Chipman really has played with a lot of poise. And very controlled game. And her forwards to put the ball in the net.
Cleared by Springford. Trying to push it forward, but good job by the back line. Methacton in control.
Well done by Methacton's defense. A couple breakaway opportunities really thwarted by that defensive line.
Alexa Kratz up ahead.
Look at the time, Ari.
Yep, that'll be it. And the horn sounds here at Springford High School, and it's Methacton with the 4-2 victory as they improve to 3-0. Springford falls to 2-2. But a really great game all around between these two teams. Methacton got the early goals and just a little bit too much for Springford to come back from. Caitlin Christ had a heck of a game offensively for Springford, but Methacton, really great team game, and Katie Benton had the 2 goals for the Warriors.
And I do think that both teams executed a strong team game. You definitely saw some players stand out, but overall it was not run by the stars of the show. It was team effort across the board in the defensive circle and in the offensive end. Just good hockey, and especially for early in the season. I think the players need to, both teams probably have things they want to work out and bring to the next game, and I'm already looking forward to this matchup again that will happen in October.
Well, thank you again for watching this live video stream of the Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week, which was brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions, based right outside of Philadelphia. Payroll Service Solutions is a huge supporter of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll and benefits company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY. And before we head out here on SFBN, we're going to have the captains come up to the press box, and Kathleen Simone will talk to them. So don't go anywhere, even though the game is over. Hang tight, and we will bring you some live post-game interviews here on Facebook Live on the Sports Fan Base Network. Stay tuned.
Hey, we're back. It's Kathleen from PhilaFieldHockey.com. Really thrilled to be here with the Methacton captains, all three of you. Molly Frey, Francesca Lucchese, and Katie Benton. Terrific game, girls. Really impressive. You're 3-0. You're riding on last year's undefeated season. Molly, I'm going to talk to you first a little bit about you're our goalkeeper. You've allowed 3 goals in 3 games. This game, 2 goals against the talented Springford team. Tell me about what your thoughts on this game in particular and the pressure they put on you as a goalkeeper.
They put a lot of pressure on us, specifically onto our defense, where they were just constantly moving, so our defense couldn't really mark them as well as I prefer them to. And they put a lot of pressure on me, where they always had a player on goalie, which I always hate as a goalie. Hate that player there. But they scored off of 2 corners, which is not a lot we can do. We just need to keep our grounds on post specifically for the most part. But it was a lot of pressure, and they kept rallying. They didn't stop, which is kind of nice.
It is, and I think your point about having that attacker on your right in front of you the whole time, and the fact that they scored not an open field play but twice in corners. All right, you know what you need to work on. But really impressive in goal. Excited to see what comes next. Are you guys thinking about when you face them again already?
I was.
Yeah. So, well, terrific. All right, we're going to pass the microphone over right now to Francesca Lucchese. Great stick work for one. Really, really impressive out there. We're fixing the mic here a little bit. So, as I mentioned, really impressed with your stick work, with your poise out there, getting that ball, transitioning it from the backfield, moving it to the midfield. Your thoughts on this game? What did your team do to make a difference to win 4-2?
Well, we work really well together as a team. We've been working together for a couple years now. We have really nice transitions. We've been working really hard. We're always so excited to play Springford. Springford's a great team. These are the games we live for. We were just talking about this before. At halftime, we kept saying, these are the fun games. These are the games that make us work really hard and get to really showcase our skills and individuals and together as a team.
Well, you did that well. I mean, as I said earlier in the broadcast, when you guys were down in the field doing the work, it was really a team effort. Certainly some players stood out a little bit more than others, but I saw this team working together, setting up each other, passes, stick-to-stick passes, and that typical Methacton really hard go-to-goal.
Love that.
So, well done. I'm going to pass the microphone or the headset right over now to Katie Benton. All right, Katie, well done again. Terrific game. Tell me a little bit about your team goals, or do you guys have a team motto, I think, that I've heard about? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, actually, we just started before every game focusing on 3 goals. So we wanted to focus on supporting each other on and off the field, communication, and then ball movement. So we then after the game, we try to see if we met those goals, and I think we met those goals today.
Terrific. So will you guys go through that point by point, each of those 3 points as a team with your coach afterward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So looking forward to winning it all, or taking it game by game? What's your philosophy?
Game by game.
Game by
definitely.
game.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you have next week?
We
know?
have Ole, Pottstown, and PV.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Ole and PV, 2 great game teams in
Yes.
particular that are going to test the waters. PV, I believe, is undefeated.
Yeah.
3-0 coming in. Really deep offensive group on that end. So we're going to see what you guys can do. But fantastic job. And
Thank you.
also, really a shout out to your fans for doing a terrific job in voting for Game of the Week. Couldn't be more pleased with that, and we look forward to following you this season. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry we made that.
Well, thank you very much to our captains for joining us today, and of the winning Methacton Warriors. And Kathleen, great job on the interview. Final thoughts on this one, our first Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week.
Fantastic, and no surprise. 2 strong teams, competitive, work together as teamwork, showed a lot of poise for so early in the season, just third and fourth game going in. They'll meet again. I'll be there to follow them up for sure. Not so much with the game of the week, but in my daily score report. And fans, log in. Get on philafieldhockey.com starting either tonight or tomorrow, and on Twitter and Facebook at PhilaFH, and vote for the next game of the week.
Well, a reminder that today's live video stream of the Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week is brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Based right outside of Philadelphia, Payroll Service Solutions is a huge supporter of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll and benefits company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. And for more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY, or visit them online at www.payroll-solution.com. So for my partner Kathleen Simone of Phila Field Hockey, I'm Ari Bluestein. Again, your final score: the Methacton Warriors 4, Springford Rams 2 in this Pioneer Athletic Conference matchup. Thank you for watching this presentation of the Sports Fan Base Network's Phila Field Hockey Game of the Week. Have a good night.